This is Blues View. Coming up, Colin Tatham gives his verdict on the Birmingham City season so far. Hello and welcome to Blues View. I'm Paul Bradley and I'm joined in our Fort Dunlop studios by Birmingham City correspondent Colin Tatham. Hi Colin.
Hello.
We're 8 games into the season in the Championship so far, plus of course all those European games. What's your verdict on how Blues have done so far?
I think it's fair to say that it's as expected. I don't think anybody realistically thought that they would be romping away with the league, as indeed nobody is. It's a very, very, there's a lot of parity in the Championship now. And with all the upheaval and the financial problems and constraints, I think they just had to try to get a foothold, get some solidity and stability, and let the manager fashion the team to his liking. And although all the away results haven't been good so far, they're unbeaten at home, albeit 3 matches in the league. And of course, they've had some great nights in Europe. So I think it has been pretty much par for the course with the added bonus and an uplifting bonus of the Europa League.
Now, there's been a lot of worries off the field, and that's been going on for some months now, but turning to matters on the field and how Chris Hughton started, how would you weigh that up in terms of his start to his Blues career, really?
I think, considering all the circumstances, he's done very well. I know that the players very much like his work on the training ground. He's very much, a tracksuit stroke coach manager. They like the way he wants them to play. And when his players have the ball, he wants them to go forward. It's pointless circulating the ball for no reason. He believes you need to go forward and attack to try to win games. Now, that obviously is easier in the Championship than it is in Premier League level, but there's been a definite wind of change in the philosophy, and I think that's one that the fans have bought into, and certainly this this new squad that he's moulding together has also bought into as well, and it's enjoyable to watch Blues this season. There's thrills and spills at either end, so there's never a dull moment on the pitch.
And also, you're looking at some of the players who've come in. Plenty of players come into St Andrews over the summer. Have there been any standout ones for you so far?
I wouldn't say there's any one individual who's been head and shoulders above the rest. I think many are still sort of feeling their way a little bit, but if you're looking for names, I think Stephen Caldwell has been fairly underrated at the heart of the defence. He's come in as an experienced campaigner and done a very unfussy job. Chris Burke has been very much a talisman. When he plays well on the wings, Birmingham tend to play well, and he scored some important goals. We've had the emergence of Nathan Redmond, and of course Chris Wood, who has really blossomed with 8 goals in 11 games. Still very much a raw talent, but he has that happy knack of sticking the ball in the back of the net. He can't be sniffed at whatever level, and he's only 19 and he's still learning the game as well. So there's been a lot of positives so far for Blues player-wise, and I think with Marlon King back in the fold, and if he stays fit, and if they can get Nikola Zigic assimilated and keep him at the club, then they can be reasonably optimistic going into the new year.
And what about a low light? Is there anything that's worrying you, or anything you can see at Blues at the moment? You think, well, there may be problems in the coming months, especially maybe when some of those games kind of pile up later on in the season?
Yeah, I think there is like to be a fixture backlog, obviously, and that will test the resources and the sort of the depth of the squad, and also apart from the last game winning at Forest, the away form was a bit of concern. If anything, Blues have been a little bit too open away from home, and they've not been tight enough. Although that said, the opposition have scored some wonder goals, and every strike against them seems to go in, whereby away from home Blues couldn't convert their chances. So that's a little bit of a concern. But you said there at the top of the show, we're 8 games into a Championship season. There's a minimum 46 games in the campaign. There's a long way to go, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of twists and turns, and as we come towards January, that's going to be a key month for obvious reasons as well.
And just lastly, turning to the Europa League, a few games left obviously in the group stages. Can you weigh up your thoughts for us on their chances of maybe getting through to the next stage?
I think with the win in Maribor, which was tremendous from a pretty desolate position, and the group itself, it's not the toughest of groups. They've got a chance. We're speaking before the Bruges game, and if Blues can get something there and then win their home game against Bruges, then all of a sudden they're in with a fantastic opportunity. And I think all the supporters are buying into it as well, and it is something new, exciting. It's a pleasant diversion. We might not see it again next season, the season after, for another 50 years. So everybody is enjoying it. And the players are as well, and I think that sort of atmosphere, that attitude and spirit, it's serving them well, and why not? I don't see any reason why they can't sneak in there. Braga will probably win the group, they've got the best quality, but there's no reason at all why Blues can't get the runners-up spot.
Okay, well, interesting times for Birmingham City in the Europa League stages anyway. Thanks for that today, Colin, and thank you for watching. We'll be back again next week with more Blues View.